everyone, welcome back. Oh my gosh. To another slow fashion video. It's Alyssa coming at you from Milan. I find myself back in Italy for the next 3-4 months or so with only 13 pieces of clothing. So I thought I would share with you today what I brought for this travel capsule and a lookbook of how I'm styling all of these pieces. This is selfishly just for me to come up with as many interesting looks as I can with a pretty limited wardrobe for the next 3 or 4 months. Let's get on into it. I traveled with a checked luggage and a Rolly carry-on suitcase. My checked luggage is the medium size away. I did add this Monos carry-on because it has the pocket in the front. I'm here in Italy with my cat. So when you travel with a pet, they become your personal piece. So you get your personal item and your carry-on. So I didn't have as much room because I was traveling with Apollo. Luckily, my mom came and she was able to bring a lot of the perishable stuff that I needed, like some of Apollo's food, things like my AG1, my greens, and she did carry with her 1 pair of boots of mine. As I mentioned, I'm probably gonna be here until the spring, but I might stay longer. So I might have to either go back to Canada, go back home, get some work done, see some people, do some things there, switch my wardrobe, and come back for the early summer, or I might ship some items home and luckily my family and friends can come visit me, so I might either have some people bring me a few pieces at a time for warmer weather, or I might just have it shipped to me. I'm not sure yet. I'm always trying to think of what is the lowest carbon footprint, what's the easiest. Like I said, I have to travel with a cat, so my mobility isn't as free as I would love. One more thing with regards to context and why I didn't have that much room in my suitcase. Winter running gear takes up so much space. In fact, I took a photo. It took up about 2/3 of one side of my suitcase, and then the other side was either footwear, which I admit I have a lot of, but also all of my gear for work. I tend to travel really light, but 3 tripods, a camera, microphone, batteries, all of that stuff does end up taking a lot of space. Also, a final word just about why I felt okay packing so many neutrals and so much black in general. I do tend to pack for the environment that I'm in. I love black. I love understated pieces that feel very sophisticated and simple, and I like changing them up with styling and footwear and accessories. But Milan in itself, the style here is very understated. They do wear a lot of black. I mean, there's really, really good style here, but it's usually understated, sophisticated, elegant. It's their accessories, the tailoring, the cuts, and the textures that make their looks really interesting. That's what I've observed, and those are the elements of style in this city that appeal to me the most. But I do want to say, total disclaimer, that it depends on the city you're going to. If I were packing for Rome for 3 months, this rack would look so different. There would be more color, there would be more flow, there would be more playfulness. Not like I have a lot of that in my closet, but I would have really leaned on those pieces even more. That's the whole picture of my luggage, my space limitations and requirements. Now let's get into what I brought. I don't follow a specific method for packing, but I took a long time to go through my entire closet. I created a core capsule along with some seasonal capsules. There was a TikTok challenge, the 3x3x3, and I actually loved that challenge. I used it to pack for another trip overseas. It was a 3-week trip and it was great. I ended up using that, but I did 4x4x4. I used that 4x4x4 as kind of like an overall template. So I've got 4 heavy sweaters, 4 long sleeve tops, and 4 bottoms. When I travel or when I'm creating a capsule for clients or for myself, there is one element of style that I focus on within each category that allows me to get more variance in my outfits, which creates so much more versatility. I did an entire video on it. I'm gonna leave it up here for you and in the description. For example, when I was choosing these knits, I wanted to make sure I had varying silhouettes. To me, a varied silhouette is what allows me to feel like I'm wearing something different all the time. So I started with my thickest, heaviest sweater. The temperature here for most of the winter hovers around like 8 degrees Celsius, and I run pretty cold. So I knew I wanted one big bulky bulky sweater. I like how this has a mock neck. It's big, it's long, it's wide, and it's got a little bit of a detail. I really wanted something that felt comfortable and homey and that was very different from this. So I chose my black turtleneck. This isn't as long. It's 100% cashmere. It's very classic. It's very simple. It's got just a nice ribbed detail around the neck, and the silhouette doesn't look all that different, but it is a little bit more fitted and tapered. I would call this almost like a boyfriend kind of silhouette. I also wanted just a nice cozy crew neck. This is a recent acquisition that I was testing out from Lily Silk actually, and it's held up really, really beautifully. I think it's a part cashmere. It's got a really fuzzy texture crew neck, and it's a different color from these two. I also wanted to bring this merino mock neck. It's fairly thick. It's got beautiful ribbed detail on the sleeves, so I knew that it would give a little bit of interest when I needed it. It's really, really old from Club Monaco. It's really, really warm. So I'm including it with my chunkier knits because it gives me the same warmth without the bulky silhouette. So this is a nice fitted silhouette, great mock neck, but it's still got a little bit of visual weight to it. I also knew that I wanted a solid collection of pieces that fit very close to the body because especially in climates like Milan, I find that layering is so important. Actually, I think most climates in the winter, layering is really important, and I love being able to, you know, if I'm walking outside and then I switch to an indoor cafe or restaurant, I can easily take this top layer off and throw it around my shoulders. So the base layer was a really important section for me to have and something that fitted really close to the body. So I brought this turtleneck, super fitted. This is also another ancient Club Monaco piece. It's 100% merino. So for my base layers, I do like having something that is a natural fiber because it's the closest thing to my skin. I mean, look, I will die on this hill that merino is probably one of the best fabrics to own from a durability, a versatility, and like a breathability perspective, because even when it gets warmer, merino will keep you cool. The other reason why I chose this first fitted layer in particular was because it's got the turtleneck. So when I am layering this underneath things, I'm adding a little bit of detail and interest without any effort. So you can always see this neckline under any of these sweaters, and even if I were to layer it under my next sort of long sleeve first layer piece, like my button-up shirt, it adds that interest and it adds that detail with little effort. So this was a really key piece. In the winter, I don't travel without this. My Power of My People button up is a fantastic slow fashion company. I wore the heck out of this when I spent 9 months in 3 different countries 2 years ago here on the European continent, and this shirt got so much wear. And when I went to New York without it once in the summer, I vowed never to travel without it again. So here we are. I also brought my bodysuit. I brought this because again, it's a fantastic base layer, and I love the deep V neckline. If I want to be a little bit like sexy, I can do that with this. It's super fitted. I'm contradicting myself here. This is actually synthetic. It's not a natural fiber, but I do find it really comfortable. If I want to show a little bit more skin, you know, it's really good. My other long sleeve is this great COS merino. I know it's just a basic crew, but what I love about this one is the detail in the sleeve. It's got that thumb detail, and I love wearing it under sweaters because it peeks out. I can wear my watch over top for a really cool layered effect. Getting into the bottoms, I brought 2 pairs of jeans. I am ridiculously proud that I only brought 2 pairs of denim. I had 4 originally in my first capsule edit. I brought these, which you can see here. They are just a classic straight leg. Why I prioritized these is because they do have a bit of stretch in them. Because I'm walking a lot more here, I'm taking a lot more trains. I might be sitting on trains for 2 hours, and I don't always want to wear my comfy trousers or a pair of leggings. So I wanted a denim that had a little bit of stretch. stretch, or a trouser that had a little bit of stretch, and these were it. They're high-waisted and I feel great in them, so that's really important. My second pair of jeans was this lighter wash wide leg. These are a great high-waisted wide leg pant, and I wanted something that contrasted with the denim that I already had. I chose these simply because, I'll be totally honest, I was kind of creeping and stalking some like what are people wearing in Italy and Milan accounts, and the wide leg was really popular. I just like the idea that I can still feel like myself and yet honor the environment, dress for the environment that I'm in, like that kind of cool, relaxed, slouched. And the other reason why I chose these over the cream is because all of my sweaters are really polished. All of my tops are really polished and pulled together, and I know that when I'm wearing too many elements that feel polished and pulled together and elevated, I feel a little bit too stuffy. So I wanted to inject some of that slouch and roughness. So I did it by way of these. I also brought one pair of wide leg trousers. Whenever I need to dress up or anything like that, these are so good. They work with everything. These are a really good, stunning dressy pant with an elastic waist in case I eat a lot of pasta and I just want to be comfortable. And then I brought a leather mini. This is from Cézanne. I brought this on my trip last year to Europe, London, Copenhagen, and Milan, and I wore this to death. I actually wore it last night. The reason why I added this was, again, the texture. I love a mini hem, and I am actually in a climate over the winter where I don't have to wear 5,000 layers and worry about frostbite if I wear this kind of thing. So I'm gonna fully take advantage and wear this with tights and stockings. Oh my God, what a joy. And finally, this was more for lounging around, but I'll be honest, I'm really excited to style these leggings in a more elevated way. I just brought this really great pair of Encircled leggings. Encircled is a fantastic slow fashion Canadian company. They're so thick and rich looking. I'm not normally a leggings person, but I did want something that I could just lounge around the house in. In terms of outerwear, I also wanted to give myself options because it's winter, so our outerwear is gonna be a key piece. I brought 3 coats. This is the one I wore on the plane, my beautiful Cézanne wool coat. This is arguably one of the warmest wool coats I've ever owned. It's stunning. It's got a high collar. Like, this is the heavy coat that I need to stay warm. I brought this puffer, another key layering piece. You could also do a vest if you run warm or if you don't like the idea of layering, but I love, in temperatures like this, having a puffer that you can wear on its own if you want to be a little sporty looking because it's cute. It's got a nice high collar. And then I also layer it almost all the time under this on colder days. I also layer it under my third jacket. This is also Cézanne. It's very light, but I was kind of anticipating staying here, you know, as we move into spring, as the weather gets warmer, so I can wear it on its own. But I also love to wear it layered over top of this. I brought 2 scarves. This one, thank you, my friend Joelle. This is a silk scarf from her closet, but we decided it looks really good with my non-existent color palette. And I also brought a large scarf. It's not super heavy or thick. I also wore it on the plane. 3 bags. Fanny pack, bum bag or belt bag. This is so handy for just little daily errands. This was also really good on the plane. Hands-free, hides under your jacket, doesn't take up any space. I will never travel without this. I also wanted just a regular day bag that wasn't too big or heavy, so I brought this one here. It's a Loewe puzzle. Fits so much. Small umbrella, camera, wallet, little pouch, phone, lip gloss. This is like a Mary Poppins bag. So I wear this for day and night. I just take the strap off if I want to wear it for night. And the third bag is my convertible backpack because if I want to go work at a cafe or something like that, I can throw my laptop in there and away I go. I didn't limit myself so much on jewelry. I brought whatever I could fit into this case because a lot of my items were really simple and understated. I knew jewelry was going to be a very powerful tool in changing things up, much like belts and footwear. Shoes. I brought a pair of loafers, which I wear with stockings and tights. I brought a bunch of those because I knew I wanted to wear loafers. I also brought these tall boots. I think these might be superfluous. I might send my mom home with these, but I actually wore them last night, so I'm not sure. To be completely honest, I think shoes are my favorite way of changing up a look, so it makes sense that I have so many shoes and not that many clothes. Cool printed faux snakeskin walking boot for when I want something easy to walk in, low profile, still kind of fancy. I can wear those all day and be super comfortable. Chunkier, amazing tall Chelsea. These are waterproof. I love that they're metallic because they give a little bit of texture, a little bit of interest. These are from a company called Boss & Co. They are slightly insulated, so they are perfect for those like temperate, moderately cold climates. I love the way these look with all of the trousers. Even with my mini and a pair of tights, these look amazing. And my running shoe, because I run everywhere I go. I hate that these don't look cute. This is not the kind of sneaker that you actually want to wear out and about, but I'm not gonna give up running, so in they went. The Fia, this one is from Brave Leather, another fantastic slow fashion company. I brought it because it's a punch of color, tan, works with the very neutral palette that I have with me. I just love the way it looks against black. So cool. I brought my smooth, thrifted brass buckle belt. I know it might seem redundant because then I also brought my co-creation with Brave Leather. This is like a beautiful patent croc with a great square buckle. The reason why I brought this as well, even though it's like, why do you need two black belts, is because with my croc and my snakeskin boots, like these beautiful loafers, these are M.A. Parsons, they're just so good, that great detail. This and the croc, oh my god, I'm wearing them now. I thought they would compete, but they're actually not. Anyway, I just felt like I wanted something with a little bit, something softer, just in case this did compete visually with things like this. No, actually it looks great. Maybe I can send my mom home with this. Well, you know what? I'm gonna keep this because it also gives a very, very different vibe. This is super polished. This is a little bit more like relaxed, and I feel like I need that. So for now, that's what we have. I've got a lookbook for you with a whole bunch of outfits. And these are outfits that I would actually see myself wearing. I could probably create more just for the sake of it, but I want this to be realistic and honest. So I'm gonna show you the ones that I would realistically wear. So that is what I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day or rest of your week. And I hope you have a wonderful remainder of 2024. Thank you so much, as always, for being here. It really means the world. And I will see you in the next slow fashion video. Ciao.